this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What am I riding here? Yeah, this is the Lectric XP4. Yeah, the new XP4. Let's see, what do we got to do here? I'm gonna go to Sport Plus, Turbo. Turbo, a little bit faster than I want to go, so let's go Sport Plus. This would be the equivalent of a pedal assist level 4. So where are we going today? I don't know. I have no idea where I'm headed. This is not the normal area that we ride. Yeah, I'm out in the western suburbs of Chicago today. I'm just kind of riding around. I don't know this neighborhood at all. Yeah, just out well, let's go turbo here. So anyways, I decided I would take the XP4 out because it's still relatively new to me. I have been pedaling most of the time on this bike. It is a torque sensor bike, and somehow the torque sensor seems to work pretty decent for me at this point. You know, this bike will go 28 miles per hour if you pedal hard, or it'll do 20 miles per hour if you throttle it. So let's do a little bit of throttling here. I've been pedaling for a while now. So what do I think of this bike so far? Well, it's pretty good. I like the way this has been laid out. XP3.0 had handlebars that were a little bit further away from you. If I go up here, I've got to hit the, from what I recall, I have to hit the walking sign thing here. The only way to do that is you got to get up on the sidewalk to do it. So let's do it. In my area, it would say wait. This one doesn't say wait, but we got to wait. Okay, so now we got it. So now we can go. Yeah, the thing is, when you're not familiar with the area, everything is new to you. You have to pay attention to the traffic signals and everything. So I was out here earlier doing the review for the XP4, and I still need to finish up that review. Of course, by the time you see this video, it would have already been finished. But yeah, we got to do the hill test still, which I decided it's probably best to do that in my general area because then we have a reference point, right? Use the same hill as all the other bikes that we've reviewed. And then I got to show you how it folds and unfolds. And one thing I did not do when I came out here is I didn't bring a tripod. Gotta put the camera on a tripod to do that. Otherwise, I mean, you can't fold and unfold one hand. It's too hard while holding a camera. So I got two things still to do to finish that review. Then I can publish it. So I told Lectric that I would publish it this week. And I think after that gets published, then this particular ride will come out after that. So we're facing the sun. This is the biggest issue riding so early in the morning. What time is it right now? Let's see. I need a little bit brighter. There you go. 10 after 7 in the morning. Yeah, you know, the thing is with these smartwatches, if you have it on low power setting, the displays are too light, especially when you got sunglasses on too. So you gotta increase the brightness level of the display. There you go. I changed my mirror, make sure I can see behind me. So anyway, I've been out here before a couple times, maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that. So I figured, hey, I'll come out and make a visit and see what it looks like. Now I remember that they have a river walk area out here, but there's also a bike path that kind of goes with it. So I'm going to see if I can find that today, if we're lucky. If we're not lucky, then I guess not. So when I did my review, I came down this path over here, turned into an area called the DuPage County River or something or other. I don't know what it was, something like that. They do frisbee golf here. Yeah, if you take a look right over here, that little thing out there with the flag, that's a frisbee golf thing. You throw your frisbee, it hits the chain, it drops into the basket, then you get a hole in one if you can do it all in one shot. I don't know if anyone's ever done that on a frisbee golf thing. Can they do a hole in one? I guess you could if you're lucky. You know, just whip it out there and hope that it goes in there. I've only actually played frisbee golf maybe once or twice. That's about it. All right, let's see. If we go through here, that's where I went. Let's go straight. Let's see where that goes. Let's see if that takes us to where we need to go. Yeah, I just don't remember. I mean, I recall going on that path once before, several years ago, but my memory is so bad that I can't remember how I went there or anything. So let's just go. Let's see where it takes us. Now they got sidewalks. I know some people will ride up on the sidewalk, but I don't want to do that. Just go straight. Now, from what they tell me, this path of go kind of follows along Washington Street, Boulevard, I don't know what it is, Avenue. So we got to find that. If we can find that, maybe we can find where the path goes. If we can't, then we'll go back to the same place we went before when I did the review. But it'd be nice to be able to find it. I mean, there's a path over on this side, I guess. I'm on the street. Maybe they prefer you to be on the path over here. I don't know. Well, I'm going to be on the street. It's just the way it is. Now, an interesting thing that I noted too, some information was sent to me from our friend John, who actually got me started doing all of these reviews. He was the guy that encouraged me to do it. He's been sending me some articles recently about local areas that have been trying to get more regulation for us on e-bikes in our general area. And I think one of the things said that certain villages, we call them villages out here, but basically the cities out here, have restricted e-bikes on certain areas. One of which was the all right, I think I'm going to have to take a right here. I think it was Hoffman Estates. It says you cannot ride your bike on certain. Let's go up here. Let's go up here just to go up here. Since this is technically a bike path, I guess we should take it. I better keep my my wits about me here so I remember how to get back. Take all this stuff and don't know how to get back. That would be bad. So anyway, I think Hoffman Estates is saying that certain roads you're not allowed to ride on anymore, including something like the Arlington Heights Road and some other roads, some larger roads, I think is what they said, they're not allowing. So if that's the case, that's going to be more hindrance to get around. And I think Elk Grove maybe also has something like that. You cannot, maybe it's Elk Grove that wanted that. And then Schaumburg has something too, I don't know. Let me check that and I'll make a video about it specifically. but they were kind of hindering what we can and cannot do with e-bikes. Well, that's just the start of things. If that happens, then of course other villages nearby are going to adopt similar things, which means it would affect me. So I'm not thrilled with that happening, obviously. Yeah, put the whole Russ is Right channel in jeopardy if you do that. Yeah, well, I see some type of river thing to the right of us. Either that or it's just some water. It's probably the river. This would be the DuPage County River, I believe. Yeah, it's off to the right. Let's just follow this path. So anyways, yeah, I'll do a video specific. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you see all that? I'll do a video talking a little bit more about some of the stuff. I'll just quote the article. But we'll do that separately. We won't do it on this one. But that's been on my mind lately about all these regulations that are coming down. Recently, too, I had a friend from church mentioned that his son was interested in an e-bike. He's 14. He asked me what I thought. I says, well, my personal feeling, it's a little young. I says, the issues I see is that, you know, a lot of times at that age, they don't even know the rules of the road. I mean, he's never taken driver's ed, right? That doesn't happen until you're at least 16. So I kind of feel that, you know, if you're an e-bike rider, you should know the rules of the road. I'm not saying that you have to be at least 16 to ride a bike. I'm just saying if you're going to let them ride an e-bike, then maybe it's best to make sure that they understand the general rules of the road. So that's the way I think, you know. But sometimes, you know, kids are out there and they don't know, and I think this is what has been causing some of our issues. Now, I even saw an article he sent me about kids out in San Francisco area, the Bay Area, and they have the same general issue with kids kind of taking over areas and riding recklessly, and that's not a good thing. Yeah, that's going to affect everybody. So yeah, having some type of thing where they have to at least take some general rules of the road might be helpful. All right. So anyways, heading out here early this morning. I'm doing it because obviously it's going to start getting warmer through the daytime. But early in the morning, you know, we got the sun coming down on us, and sometimes that affects the camera. And even for my ability to see forward, you know, I got glare in my eyes, and so it makes it tougher. But I guess I'd rather do that than be sweating. So I brought my Insta360 with me, try to get some footage of me, riding, but I think on this path it might be kind of hard. Yeah, because the selfie stick sticks way out. People might want to try to pass you and everything. It's probably not a good idea. So, plus with the sun, I think that kind of affects the Insta360 camera. The Insta360 camera has never really had a very good ability in harsh sunlight like that. It creates little artifacts and stuff when it tries to do its thing to make you look good. So I don't know. I may do that back in my general area as well, besides doing the folding and unfolding of this bike. Plus, I think I need to show you guys the display screen a little bit too, but I think I'll do that indoors instead of outdoors. So yeah, I've got some things to do still to finish up the review. It's always kind of funny talking about stuff like this because I know by the time you see this video, the review would have probably already come out already, and so will this one. But that's just the way it is. So XP4 is doing pretty good. Sport Plus, I mean, I know it can go faster than I'm doing now, but I'm just enjoying the ride here. I'm just not overdoing the speed. Plus, you know, on a lot of times on these trails, they don't really want you going really fast. So we're trying to maintain at least 15 miles and under if we can. On occasion, you're going to go over a little bit, but try your best. Yeah, here's all the water. Here, look at that. The trees are kind of hanging low. I'm kind of ducking every now and then. You get hit by a tree branch. Yeah, so people are out here walking already. Yeah, see, this is why I think they should really have bells. You see the guy in front of me here just went in front of me. I didn't even know he was behind me until he was ready to pass me. And the thing is, if you have a bell in advance, people can hear it in advance and then react. But if you yell on your left very softly like he did, and you're right next to the guy, you don't know it until it happens. So, all right, I don't know how much further we should go. But I think what we'll do is we'll turn around at this point. I think we have enough for this. I remember coming up to this area and then I didn't know where to go anyway. So let's just turn around. I just kind of hop off and hobble myself around it. See, I'm ducking through these leaves. The branches are kind of sticking out, right? So we'll head back. Yeah, we don't need to do a long ride on this one. I just wanted to at least get out one more time while I was still in the general area. Take you guys along with me. You got dog walkers and regular walkers, bike riders, you know, all sorts of people. So we'll hit him in advance, see, and he acknowledges so he knows. And then we make our pass. That's how it's done. Now, sometimes people see you. Now, I didn't hit them before because they obviously had seen the other bike rider there. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. So when they know there's a bike rider there, you know, and you're just following behind them, I think it's fine at that point. So yeah, regulations are going to start coming down. Now, a lot of times, as you know, I don't usually go on bike paths, and the reason is because most often you have to ride at about 15 miles and under, and as you know, I usually ride a lot faster than that. Streets make it a lot easier for me, but again, you have to choose your streets, and this is where the other cities are saying, you know, we're going to basically make it so that you can't go on certain streets. By doing that, hoping to keep you safer. Well, okay, I see the point, but it also makes it tougher for people who are passing through. Like, for instance, I think it was maybe Elk Grove that had this issue, maybe not Hoffman Estates, but you know, if you didn't know that you're not supposed to be riding on that road and you're on the road because you're passing through their city, you get a ticket for that. I mean, if you're a resident, you might know it, but if you're not, you might not know those individual ordinances, right? That's the issue I have with it all, is that if you're riding a distance and you're not in your area, you don't know all the laws. So, it says it's coyote pupping season or something. So there could be coyotes out here, is what they're telling you. Now you might be wondering why my bell is so far away from my thumb. Yeah, you've got stuff in the way here, right? You've got trigger shifters. Trigger shifters tend to take up space, you know. So the closest I can get it is over here. Now I didn't put it on this side because I have to put a side view mirror on, and then it would be still way out on this side anyways. You got the control pads and stuff over on this side, on the left side. So yeah, you gotta make decisions where you put things. Now, one thing I don't have on here that I wish I had put on here is a cell phone mount, because a cell phone might come in handy if you get lost, right? Have your GPS with you. But I didn't mount one up here, so. So yeah, overall, the bike's doing pretty good. Let's push the button here. Let's see what we got. So it shows you your cadence. So we're doing about 48 RPM, 50 RPM, something like that. Lapse time, 23 minutes, 14 seconds. Trip distance, 5.4 miles already. And I've put on 20 miles on the odometer. Yeah, the bike was brand new when I brought it out here. Put on some miles, did a quick review on it. Gave you an overview, gave you my thoughts on it. All right, now this is like kind of a blind curve here. You gotta be careful. All right, so let's see, what did I do last time? Did I take this street? Did I turn up here? I can't remember. I think I could take the street. Let's see what the street looks like. Yeah, I think we could do the street, why not? Why not? The thing is, in certain areas, they may not be as familiar with bikes being on the street. What street is this? Oh, this is Washington Street. No, actually, I was on the path over there. So we got to get back to the path. They're not used to people being on the street with them, which would make it more dangerous for you to be on the street. And there's a 40-mile-an-hour turn over there. So I don't know. I wonder how fast this street normally is. This probably wasn't the right move for me to do. Well, we're on there, so I'm using the throttle so I don't have to worry about it. Throttle will only give me 20 miles per hour though. I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go. This is where the GPS is gonna come in handy. I don't feel like holding my cell phone. Let's go over here. Let's go over here and take this road over here. All right. Now, are we in the right paths? I think we are, but I'm not sure. Let's go this way. I think that brings us back. The question is there a way to get back onto the thing? We'll let this guy pass me first. And again, this is the issue when you don't know where you're headed. Don't know what direction we're headed. I'm trying to go the other direction. I just don't know where on the path that takes me. Because otherwise we're heading back the same way we just came. My question is was there another entrance point that I missed? Yeah, eventually I have to pull the GPS out. That's just the way it works. Otherwise I'll never find my way back home. Where my car is, that is. Call that home. I'm just trying to see if there's another area that I missed. Now I think this was where we went forward. I'm gonna have to turn around. Yeah, we'll see where that takes me. So let's go and do that. So what I usually do is I just hop off and do this. Hop along. I don't make a U-turn on narrow things like that. That's not the smartest way to do it. We'll just kind of keep going forward here. Let's see where this takes us. Let's go this direction. Yep, story of my life. I get lost easily. Sense of direction, terrible. What I should have done was make note of things like the sun's positioning and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't do that. All right, I think we are on the correct path at this point. Let's just hope. Now, my belief is that we need to go up this area here. Let's try that. This is the area that I said, oh, they have a bike path here, and I was on the street. So this is the problem. If you don't know the area, you don't know the area, you just have to go to where you think you gotta go. Sometimes you have to rely on the GPS as well. So, all right, we are heading back in the correct direction. What an ordeal. All right, anyways, that's about all I have for you guys for today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. More rides to come. I've got a ride to the Botanic Gardens, starting out in the Morton Grove area with my high school friend's cousin. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in another day or so. And so we'll review, well, we won't be reviewing anything. We'll be recording that particular ride. Still debating which bike I'm gonna take. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the Magicycle Ocelot Pro 2.0. Yeah, I'm gonna take a second battery. I don't think I'm gonna need the second battery, but never hurts to have the second battery when you go on a longer ride. So, all right, stay tuned for that bike ride. I'll talk to you guys next time.